Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure. Hey everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining, guys. We're gonna get started in like 2 more minutes, okay? So we can get started at 6:30. Gold's already started making a move from 6 p.m. Holy, we can never time this. Gold is so unpredictable, it's crazy. But we'll see what happens. We'll get in at 6:30. We'll just go over 5 minutes over today's news, and then we'll do a top down, and then we'll get ready for 7 p.m. and then 8 p.m. is futures, and then we'll stick around till about 8:30. But man, we might have to start even earlier on these calls.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure. Hey everyone, welcome to Stocks Never Trading. Thank you for joining. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. Guys, it's 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and gold is already making its move from 6 p.m. I don't even know what time to start these calls anymore because gold is so unpredictable lately. It has its own mind and will go whenever it wants to go, regardless what time it's trading. So all we can do, guys, is please use proper risk management, whether we're trading right now and it's futures market, it's London, it's New York, it's COMEX, it's post New York, it's any time of the day. Okay, just be careful because they're big candles. You can see that these are big, large volume-based candles. And let's get into it. So we'll go over today's some news, and then we'll get right into doing the top down and get right into it. Okay, guys. So thanks everyone for joining. I appreciate all of you guys on Zoom. Thank you guys. I know good evening. I know it might be late for some of you guys, but welcome to the world of trading. You might have to sacrifice some nights and put those late night sessions in, especially when volume is moving. I do it myself, so I know how it is. But hopefully, guys, you put in the time and the markets will reward you, okay? But just stay disciplined if we all can. And please manage your own accounts. Utilize your own personal risk management. I trade with my own risk as you guys should trade with your own risk, okay? Let's get started. First thing is, really quickly, did anything happen in the news today? Remember today, guys, we had French banks were closed, Canadian banks and U.S. banks were closed due to Remembrance Day. So shout out to all of our veterans that fought for our freedoms, and lots of respect to our veterans, okay? Because it gives us our freedom to stream, our freedom of speech, our freedom to do what we want is because of those veterans that, fought for our freedom. So pay your respects to them, guys. They fought for our freedoms. So I give as much respect to our veterans as I can. Okay, guys? So that's why banks were closed today. But as you guys see, if you guys were trading today, gold was still moving, securities were still moving, okay? We're still technically under a U.S. government shutdown. They have not officially opened it up yet. So a lot of U.S. news could be subject to delay, revision, or cancellation, okay? We don't have anything to worry about tonight. We do have some, right over here, some Japanese news coming out, the M2 money supply, and that's basically it, what we got going on, okay? And then just some overall news. The bull case for stocks is broadening beyond AI. Dow surges over 500 points to record, but Nvidia slide ways. So Dow Jones saw an incredible day today. House is set to consider stock trading ban when shutdown ends. I don't even know what the hell this is. I don't think the stocks will be banned from trading. Maybe the politicians might be banned from trading because they do all their insider bullshit. So hopefully we can ban the politicians from trading. What else we got going on? Okay, so let's just see here what's going on in the markets. AMD CEO, AI data center market will be worth $1 trillion by 2030. So if you guys are already invested in AI, in NVIDIA, in AMD, in SMCI, in Intel, in all of these companies, guys, hopefully they're long-term holds for you guys. You're not even looking at the day-to-day prices. These things you might be looking at in 2030, maybe 2035, and 2040. I said the same thing when I started with Apple in 2006. I made some quick gains on it within the first year and 2 years. I wanted so bad to cash out, but I said to myself, I'm going to put this away just as if it's a pension, as if it's a retirement, and I'm not going to look at the day-to-day pricing. I'll take a look at it after 10 years, after 20 years, and after 30 years. So that's the investor's mindset. That's different from the scalping mindset, okay? But it's with big securities. Like Apple is a $4 trillion company. At that time, it was only worth $500 million. So things can happen, guys. You got to look long-term too in your trading, okay? So that's the news today, but we're just going to be doing gold, so we don't have to focus too much. Guys, this is some signals on gold that we sent out to the group just to show you how we look for buys and sells. So this was one where we were looking for buys above 4,134, and you can see it went up to kind of prior resistance right here, kind of scaled down, and then we look to short it back down. The short was right around here at 4,142, and then it dipped all the way down. Then we got another static area right here, a point of interest to look for a buy today at 4,110, and that thing moved over to 125 for 150 plus pips. So guys, if you need some help with signals, some trade ideas, some confluence with your trading, we offer these not just with gold, but also we do indices and some FX pairs, okay? And I'm talking really fast because I want to get to the charts, guys, but everybody on YouTube, there is a free Telegram channel. It's pinned at the top of the channel. There's 80 viewers. Thank you guys for joining. This time of day, I know it's not the greatest time of day, but when securities are moving, we got to get into these markets, okay? And everything is available for you guys on this free Telegram channel. There's our live links for our live trading, are right there, what I was just talking about before and after of the signals and trade ideas we send out to the group. Some free blogs available. Here's a neat little blog on Apple, what I'm just talking about. So you can see also Apple as an investment, it does give forward stock splits. I've been part of forward stock splits. That's where your shares multiply. So that's if you're a shareholder, you hold, you will be rewarded by these companies. Tesla has done stock splits, Nvidia, and all of these companies do stock splits, and that's where your shares can multiply because they need to issue more shares on the market for more potential shareholders to continue to purchase. It kind of dilutes, but if it's a good security, they need shares to put on the market, okay? And you as a shareholder, you benefit from that, okay? And here's some more blogs on everything we do here. And this was the boot camp that we just did on risk management. And we have another boot camp coming up very, very soon. It's going to be on psychology and emotions of trading. And then we're going to get into the 5-day, the big one, introduction to stock and options. And I know a lot of you guys are waiting for that one. I am too. Believe me, I'm excited to do that one as well. And guys, here's our website. Education-wise, lots of education here with myself and Dave, courses, boot camps, webinars, all that stuff. Here's our live trading schedule. This morning I had to cancel our New York session. We got dumped with snow over here, and both my kids' schools got canceled. You know, not like when I was a kid in snow days. It didn't matter. I don't even think I had a snow day. But now, if there's a couple inches of snow, they cancel the schools over here. And my kids said to me, let's go tobogganing. And I am a dad at the end of the day, so, you know, you can't spend too much time with kids, so you got to go out and have fun. So I apologize, guys, but I had a great day tobogganing. I almost broke my back today, but we're back in the market. So, and then the rest of the week, guys, we have some live New Yorks, and then we got Tokyo sessions rest of the week. Ignore this time. It says 7, but we're going to start at 6:30. If we have to start at 6, maybe we'll start at 6, okay? And then we're not doing much on Friday. I'm thinking maybe just as a private group, maybe Friday evening. If you guys have any questions about the week, maybe if we start from 6 for 1 hour, maybe I'll let you guys know in the Discord. If you guys have any questions about your trading over the week, any questions you need before you do any homework on the weekend, I would love to help out, okay? That's tentative. I'll let you guys know by the end of the week, okay? And then finally, guys, thanks everyone on YouTube for the likes and subscribes. We do appreciate you. We're about 100 away from 88,000. Thank you, guys. We do appreciate you guys. So if you appreciate us, we appreciate you. And let's have some fun tonight, okay? And welcome everyone on Zoom. Thank you guys for joining. Conrad, thank you for joining. Justin, welcome. It was a good day. Thank you. I hope you had a great day today too. Collide, welcome. Lee, thank you for joining. Yes, gold has some nice swings. It's crazy. Miguel, welcome. Thank you for joining. No, it's not. It's a bank holiday, Danny. Canadian bank holiday. Schools are still open on Remembrance Day. They actually had a Remembrance Day assembly, and they couldn't beat to that. But schools are not closed on Remembrance Day. Only banks. Tim, welcome. Good evening. Omar, thank you. Thank you, guys. And everyone on YouTube, I appreciate you guys as well. Charles, thank you for joining, brother. I appreciate you. Jay Lavish, welcome. Thanks for joining. It's my pleasure, Charles, starting early. You know, I want to catch some moves like you guys too, but I guess the move started at 6 p.m. So we'll catch another move. It's okay. We don't need to rush things. Mohammed, welcome, brother. Thank you. Justin, thank you for joining. Welcome, guys. Peter, you're already up 50 pips. Excellent. Ricardo, welcome. Why was yesterday's Tokyo session removed? Oh, thank you for reminding me. I wanted to recap this morning. Thanks for going live today. No problem. Guys, the YouTube channel yesterday got removed thank you for reminding me too. It got removed because at the start of our call, it has a disclaimer. Okay, I thought that was good enough for YouTube. The disclaimer says we are not financial advisors. Everything you do in this session is your own personal risk. We're here for entertainment and education. I guess that disclaimer is not good enough, and I have to say this verbally with my mouth during the call. So this is me saying this, so this session doesn't get removed from YouTube because we got a strike for that. Okay, so Ron didn't do that. So here it is. YouTube, if you're listening, Stock Sniper Trading is not financial advisors. Everybody, all of our YouTubers and everyone on Zoom is here for your own personal risk, okay? Just like if I was trading and you guys were showing me how to do it, I understand my own risk. You guys got to manage your own accounts, okay? And we are not licensed financial advisors. We're just some guys in the basement that smoke some weed and we drink some rye with some ginger and we have a great time with our friends and family here. And we're here for education and entertainment, okay? So we're all good now. This is not you guys, this is YouTube, okay? So I have to say that. If not, they remove our videos, okay? And we lose the views and we lose all of that stuff. I don't really give a shit about that, but I thought we're all adults here, Like I thought YouTube is a platform for adults and I don't know. They're after us. Like I see other streams, they don't say shit. I don't know how they can get away with it. I don't know why they're on to us. But I guess we're helping out a lot of individuals and maybe they don't like that. That's what I'm saying, okay? But anyways, I got that out of the way. Thank you for reminding me, okay? I appreciate that. Now, let's get into it. Top-down analysis, starting at the daily, okay? So I'm going to start from the top. Here we go. Okay, so you remember, guys, we were talking about this double bottom. There was Monday's big breakout, and we're continuing with Tuesday, another higher high, higher low. Look at already today, 6 p.m. You can see how strong the open is. It's already a bullish ignited daily candle, already starting to backfill yesterday's wick. So we're filling these wicks. Like right now, just looking at this is the next wick we got to fill up to 4,160. We're not too far away from this. It's only with the way how everything is moving, it's only $17 away, so that's like 170 pips. But maybe it will fill this wick, this wick, this wick, and yesterday's wick, and then that's where our resistance is. And then we're walking into the big point of control of this big bearish candle, okay? But let's start it from the top and move our way down. I am speaking a little fast, guys, so I hope you guys can pay attention. Oh, and one other thing, because you guys were complaining a little bit about the microphone. I have a really nice mic right here, this red and black one. It's a Hypercast mic, but my buddy also gave me a gift. So he sent this to me. It just came in today. If you guys look at the camera, he sent me this. I'm not a podcaster, guys. I am a trader. So I don't know too much about all the podcast shit. But this is a Shure MV7 podcast kit with the mount. It's right here. So I got it as a gift from one of my buddies because I helped him trade. So he's doing good and I appreciate this gift. So I'll get this one hooked up and hopefully maybe the sound quality is much better for you guys, okay? For everybody. That would be nice to have that, okay? Now, let's see what we got going on. Let's mark up our all-time high because we have to know about this. What happens if gold eventually gets up to the all-time high? We got to know where it is. 4,380, and in the futures, did it hit 4,400 in the futures? I'm not a futures trader, but you guys let me know. And then what I do here is I'm bringing now a zone from the all-time high orange line down to this body where it closed on October 16 and where it opened on October 17. And then you see I'm just dragging it into the future, okay? We're close to maybe getting back up there, but we're not there yet, okay? And now we've got this big bearish body candle that engulfed a lot to the left. So we have to make an attempt to analyze this candle. This is Tuesday, October 21. And the way how I analyze it is I grab my Fibonacci and I drag it from the opening price to the closing price. This should become automatic with you guys now. If you're tuning in with us on a daily basis, you should know what I do here. It shouldn't be a secret, okay? And I cut it in half, right? Right there, cut it in half. Just like I'm having a drink here, half of the drink is rye and half of the drink is ginger ale. So it's a half-half, 50-50. So I'm having a good time tonight. So maybe YouTube will, I don't know if YouTube allows drinking on the stream as well. So let's just pretend it's just ginger ale. Ron is just drinking ginger ale tonight, okay? Now, do you guys see how I found the point of control? We had this question yesterday. What's the difference between a point of control and a POI? Technically there is differences. A point of interest is just like today's opening price. That's a point of interest, right? This is a point of control because I'm getting kind of the right in the center, the heart of that candle where it's exactly 50%. The 618, the 61.8, and the 382. So that's also known as the golden zone or the golden ratio if you're analyzing with a Fibonacci tool. So that's the difference. Point of control, golden zone you can call it. It's got different terms, okay? Or the golden pocket, hot pocket, whatever you want to call it, it's up to you, okay? And points of interest are just opening prices, closing prices, or a wick of a low or something like that. It's a point of interest, okay? So we've got now our point of control. We're coming back down. Now I can see if I keep following it down, you see where we fell down all the way down to that lowest point, that wick? That would be what I would consider a POI or a point of interest, okay? And then you can see like over time, you know, that was support. With that body that closed below, you can see it's resistance now. It's resistance now. When that blue body closed above, you can see now it's holding support. Look at where that candle closed, right at that yellow line. Look at this spin top daily candle. That candle traded for 24 hours, and look at where it closed, right at that yellow line. And then look at the next candle, opening at that yellow line. Then it's resistance. Look at this, where it went all the way up impulsively, closed at the yellow line. So, and look at the number. It's exactly 4,000. So that's a very important point of interest and a psychological number. So that adds confluence. I know that's another big word, confluence. But when you have confluence, you have additional information that can give you kind of an edge in trading. You know what I mean? And then look at where this big bullish candle developed. Right here at this exact yellow line, point of interest. And that's where we got that big boom. And locate the day. This was Monday. This was the start of a week, okay? So you got to understand too, there's important days of the week. Mondays, Fridays, that's where market makers close the market and where they open it up over the weekend. So it's really important to understand how markets open up in a week and where they close. You know, that's why you have to do some weekend analysis, okay? So we pushed down and then look where it came back up right there. So this is a wick we need to add as a point of interest right there. This wick on this day, October 22, because the buyers came back up, sellers rejected them back down. Next day again, buyers came back up. They failed to hit that yellow line. You can see it's just shy of it. Lower high, they pushed it back down. Next day right here, Friday, October 24, we came back up, lower high. They pushed it down, they closed it over the weekend. Then Monday. Monday was this large bearish candle that continued to push down. Here's another point of interest. That's the lowest point we've hit, 3,885 on October 28. And since then, it's made some beautiful support right there. Yellow line, point of interest. Go up to these bodies now. So you can literally see that was the development of the double bottom on the daily. This is where it came down, back up. There's the neckline. It came back down. There's the second bottom. Second bottom traditionally has most volume or bigger volume, and there it is. There's the extension, and we're continuing to drive. So if we ever pull back in, we have to figure out where the point of control of this big bullish candle. That's what we're going to do. And also, we're going to this point of interest. This is a better buying opportunity, 4,000. If gold ever comes back down to 4,000, we can entertain a buy there. But what happens if it just comes into that point of control of this body candle and that's it, and then it goes up from there with a higher low? So those are all things we have to determine when we're doing this analysis, okay? And one final thing is, I'd like to cut this bearish candle in half because this was a big body candle that broke that wick, filled that wick, and closed below. So we can kind of find a point of interest on this candle and a point of control of this candle as well. This black one, there's 50%. And now, if I do my bearish point of control, okay, I'm showing you how this works you know, when you're stretching it into the future. And then you can see now, so I'm not like, you know, I'm basically back testing, but I'm showing you if you did that on that day and you did it in the future, you see it came up, rejected, back down. It touched it, back down. This big bullish candle closed and it extended, and look at where it traded right into that red zone, right at the yellow line. And what were the results? Sellers are still in control, point of control, right? And now I stretch into the future, but now that big body candle has officially closed. So now look at what I'm doing. I'm flipping that point of control zone back to green, and I'm stretching it into the future. So that could be a viable buying opportunity. If gold ever comes back down, that might be a great time to entertain a buy before it comes down to exactly that yellow line at 4,000. That could be where it builds a higher low and continue to go up. It's that same exact zone from over here, just stretched into the future, okay? Now let's continue to work our way up. We've got this big bullish candle. Look at where it closed. Look at the wick. It's basically, it closed 99.9% right at the highest point. And as soon as it opened yesterday, there was a small pullback. You see it didn't come into the zone. So we've got a higher low point of interest right here, right below 4,100. 4,097, and it came right back up to the opening balance. Small wick. This is when you light a firecracker with a lighter and it pops, and you can see it continued to move up yesterday. That's as high as we got. So if we're locating our most recent high yesterday, we're not too far off of it right now. Like, we're not too far. 49, and we're trading at 44. That's $5. That's 50 pips back up to fill up to yesterday's high. And then if we advance out, all we have is this wick right here and this wick right up here. And then you can see we've got our big red zone above us, so we could travel all the way up to the bottom of the red zone. I'll place a yellow line there because it is also another point of interest, 4,212. And one other one maybe for tonight. You see this big black candle from this yellow line to that yellow line? It's just a black candle just coming down. That could be an imbalance fill right back up blue, but there's this nasty wick right in the middle right here. So, you know, that might interrupt the flow of the volume. So we have to acknowledge that wick as well. Okay, that wick right there, because it was support there and it could be resistance tonight, and it's located at 4,187. Okay, so I'm just going to draw this as a little red zone right here, just so we are aware that this is a big zone if we can break tonight. Look at it. Okay, so I just trapped it, that yellow line and that yellow line, that wick, and we touched it right at the bottom yesterday, and we're coming back in. So let's see if we can clear this red zone tonight. Let's see if we can clear 4,162. Okay, it's a big move. It's $20 on gold. That's 200 pips. Okay, so but that's a red zone that we have to acknowledge. Okay, why am I acknowledging this? Because there was sellers there on the daily that pushed it down. There was sellers there on the daily that pushed it down. There was sellers there that pushed it down. And then we had that big redistribution to the downside. Now we're coming right back up, but those active sellers could still technically be there. Okay, so we have to give them respect. I know gold is very, very strong and it is coming up, but we got to watch that. Okay, because that could be an upper neckline where they push it right back down on us. Okay, so that's on the daily, guys. Now, I'm going to break down the daily to the 4 hour, okay? Look at the 4 hour candles, okay? So when you're trying to recognize patterns, there's a beautiful double top on the 4 hour. It came in, one top. There's the neckline. It came back up, second top at the all-time high. And there's the M with the body that closed below for confirmation. Then they pushed it all the way down there. We had a wick. So good support at that point of interest, 4,000. 4 hour candles came back up. See that red zone that now I've shown you guys? That's why. Look at the 4 hour bodies. They're having a difficulty breaking out of here. They came up and went back down. Came up again. They got rejected. Then the sellers pushed it all the way down in there. Okay, so this is where we are now. So the sellers are still technically in control, but 4 hour candles are coming up. There's a double bottom, could not break. Came back down, triple bottom, came back up, broke. So we have now a 4 hour candle that Sunday night closed above. That's why we got support here and we got double bottom support down there. Now, this is the 4 hour candles. They pushed up again. Look at, they're struggling right here to break that red zone, right? You can see all day today, they came in, they came up there. Here's Europe. Okay, so Tuesday, Europe had difficulty, was really bullish. Then we opened 6 a.m. today. The U.S. banks were closed for Remembrance Day. U.S. dollar was strong today, and gold pushed down. And look, it came all the way down. Look at where the 4-hour candle got its wick. Right in 50% of that 4-hour body. If you guys did this, you could have literally sniped that wick today at 4,100 with absolutely zero drawdown, and it almost went up 100 pips, just the wick, and continued on the next 4-hour engulfing bar. And now we're continuing right off of this engulfing bar. This is where now our daily candle just opened, this 4-hour candle. It's bullish ignited, right? So it hasn't even pulled back into, this is a 4-hour point of interest right here, guys. This is where now I'm not using a yellow line, I'm using a white line. Any white lines on my chart are now not daily, they're hourly. Either a 4H analysis, 2H analysis, or 1H. But you can see it came up, it's kind of like a trampoline. It came down there, right into that golden pocket, golden ratio, point of control, bullish, because the buyers are in control. So you see how they controlled those sellers? Sellers came in, and boom, they reversed it right back out. Exactly at 50%. If you don't believe me, I'll grab my Fibonacci tool right now. And believe me, Ron smoked a joint and he's having a drink. And look at it. It's right on 50%. I swear to God, I'm telling you guys. How many of you guys believe me that this shit works? Do I just talk every single day just to talk, or are you guys actually doing this? Because if you are, it could literally change your life, guys. You just have to be patient and wait for that, okay? Because let's count the time, how long it took to come back in there, right? This is a 4-hour candle, okay? So it took 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, 20, basically 1 day, okay? If you're a swing trader, that's what you're looking for. That's what a swing trader is. If these were my 5-minute candles that I trade, I would have defined this as a 5-minute candle. I would have had to wait 5 minutes, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. I can wait 30 minutes. We do 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour sessions, right? But if you're a swing trader, there's your weekly goal. Count the pips coming up, I swear. If you just had a pending order right there, you were up 160 pips, okay? If you didn't take that, or you just got alerted, you could have took the next bullish candle, right? If you're holding this entire move where we're at right now, you're almost up 500 pips. Your weekly goal has been met. And someone told me, this was a funny question I had, but it was a good question. Said, Ron, is this just working now in today's market? I am telling you, I learned this shit 20 years ago. 20 years ago. It's the most simple trading strategy. You see, I don't give a shit about ICT. I don't give a shit about SMC. I don't give a shit about ABC. I don't care about nothing, because someone told me, Ron, why are you not learning anything else? I'm telling you, this works every single day. Not guaranteed, but with good probabilities. If you're a patient, disciplined trader and you've got good risk management, then the rest is history. You will consistently make money over time. And this works for any security, this works for any financial market, this works for anything. As long as you're studying a Japanese candlestick. That's it, okay? Because I tell you, all candlesticks have the same characteristics, okay? So let's look now what our 4-hour candles are doing. They are bullish. Here's the bullish rally, but they're having a difficult time. I told you at this red zone right here, okay? And then they came back down. Here's our neckline, the white line. Someone will say, Ron, why is the neckline not the yellow line? Because that's the wick, that's the return. Here's where the base of the volume is. That's where they closed the body. That's where they opened it. I didn't do it. You didn't do it. The market makers did it. Let's follow what the market makers are doing. Let's acknowledge the wick, but we follow what the volume is doing, okay? And then look, now we got our our next advancement. So this is, we should technically fill all of these wicks and travel into this red zone, okay? But when it comes up there, it could break out and then it could push back down, right? Or if we close above here, we're going to flip that red zone green on the 4-hour. Maybe it comes in here. 4-hour buyers are developing in there. They're pending in there. And then we could take it back up, okay? But this is where there could be a little bit of a dogfight. You guys remember yesterday's session. It was a dogfight between the buyers and sellers. So we might get that again tonight in this area, okay? But right now, if we just follow the 4-hour candle, it's very bullish. It's ignited. It's already filled the wicks. But you see right here, there's a wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick. If I now look at the 4-hour bodies, I'm drawing a white line right here. Why? Because that's where a 4-hour candle closed. London today, 2 to 6 a.m. And this is pre-New York here. This represented all of New York morning with COMEX. I know U.S. banks were closed, but still there was volume trading there. So you see, we don't have volume closing back above this white line. It just impulsively broke, and it's still a lower high, lower high, lower high. So there is still sellers here. Now what I can do is, we can watch on another time frame to see if we can get some hourly volume closing above here. Okay, so what we got to do is, sorry, I didn't do it on the daily. Today's daily candle. See, today's daily candle, it just opened at 1 hour ago. So now it's 7 p.m. There's our opening price. So you see, there's not even a wick on today's opening price. So that's our purple line. That's our lowest point of the day, 4,125. It just opened and continued to be bullish. Okay. If I just place a purple line at our wick now, I know our highest point. So this is, I know it's just 1 hour in. Today's daily candle is very young. Okay. It can continue to drive, but it's already getting rejected right there and coming back down. So I want to know all day today if we can hold our opening balance, because if we lose that, then sellers might be coming into the market. Okay. So now let's go to the 1H. 1H. Okay, so this is the hourly now. Now I can see it came up, one push down, it came up. See how it struggled, then it barcoded, bearish, bullish, bearish. You could have done your Tetris piece right there. You could have trapped those bodies. It's the second top. Remember what Ron says? The second top traditionally has the bigger volume to push down. There's the push down. It didn't just impulsively go down and come back up. Look, it closed below the structure. And look at the next hourly candle at 10 a.m. This was 9 and 10 a.m. today. You could have caught that easy sell on the hour. Okay, it's not that difficult. And now look at, we're returning all the way right back up. We're exactly in that hourly red pocket again. So we're right back inside here, but I'm going to focus more on this bigger zone above us. But there is a lot of resistance up here. Okay, you can see gold is having a difficult time breaking through here. It had a difficult time last night at midnight, had a difficult time this morning, COMEX, 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. And we're right back up there right now at 7 p.m. going into the futures market. So maybe the buyers could push right through here, or we're going to see, again, some selling pressure coming back down, okay? And one other thing that I like to do as a scalper is this hourly body just closed. It had an opening and a closing. So I just want to maybe find the point of control of this hourly candle, because if I'm scalping on the 5 minutes, I just want to know what I'm scalping into. If I take a sell, I want to know what I'm selling into. These are strong buyers that opened today, okay? So there's 50% where they are. I'm just going to draw, again, a white line to represent hourly, because I know it's an hourly. And then maybe if I just find the point of control of that hourly opening candle, it's right there. There's the meat of it, golden pocket, whatever you want to call it. And I stretched it into the future, okay? So we could either look to buy if it pulls back into here. If we sell, we got to know that we're selling into where buyers are, and then that's where maybe we got to take some profit, because they could bring it right back up on us. But if this fails, this golden pocket here on the hourly, then it's got a high probability it's going to come back down to the opening price. And then if we lose the opening price today, you see there's no wick. It could easily take out that wick. We're traveling down to this body to body. I would go more like 50% of this body down in here, okay? But right now, it's bullish. There was already a pullback right now in the first few minutes of this hourly candle. Pulled back, did not come in there, and now it's a hammer candle, probably going to break out and fill these wicks. So we could travel right up to this yellow line, 4,150. Okay, so if we go to the 5 minutes, this is what we got going on the 5 minutes. There was that big sell today, okay? And you can see, if you zoom, you can see a bigger picture. There's the top, the neckline. Here it came back up. All of this shit in here looks like a double top, right? But with a lower high right there. So it's not like an M double top exactly. It's got a lower high with some liquidity that they grabbed. And then there it is. There's where you got bodies closed below. There was the return coming back up, and then they rejected it back down. And then there was the massive redistribution today. It came down, and now we're coming right back up. So it's coming up with a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. If we do letter system or number system, A, B, C, D, and here's the redistribution of E right here. How high will it go? So now maybe if it gets rejected, we could see the return move coming down. Same type of wave. Maybe here will be A come back up. B, C, D, and E, they flush it out, right? Maybe, could happen if we follow the wave system. Or if you don't like the letters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then same system coming down, it could come down to here, 1. Buyers are there in the green box. They bring it back up. If the sellers are really here, they'll be here. 2. And then they'll have more sellers, lower high, break through this, go down. You got your 3. And then come back up. Look at what it's retesting. 4. And then boom, there's your 5. Okay? That's your wave system, Elliott wave. It's a fantastic strategy if you want to learn Elliott waves, and it complements price action a lot. Okay? So right now, this is what's going on. See, that was a big bearish candle that opened at 7 p.m. right now. It was black, 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 and then it came right back up, so it's still going. If we look at the really silly indicator, RSI, it's telling us it's extremely overbought. RSI is at 80. It's telling us we got to sell. We got to sell. But if we sell right now, we're in drawdown. So I'd like to wait more where the bigger sellers are. They could be in this big red zone or located at these yellow lines. If we tried to sell right now, we could get caught, okay? So it's either, we've got to make up our mind. We're either going to wait to buy pullbacks, like we got to kind of, if it comes down here, we could be looking to entertain a buy. Hypothetically, if I look for a buy, let's say I buy there, right? Then I'll kind of target to come back up to wherever it is, kind of right here or here, let's say. Then my stop loss. I could go with a tight stop loss and just be right below the green zone, just a tad below the green zone. Because if it has to come in here, I'll go and draw down, but I know I can rely on the green zone to get buyers. Someone will say, Ron, that's really tight. Okay, if it's too tight, then locate your 5-minute bodies right there. You see right there where 50%. If you cut that body in half, this is what started the day. There's 6 p.m., 1800 military time. It already retested 50%. If you want to keep your stop loss below that red line, that's okay. You're increasing your risk. You would have to lower your position size. And then finally, some trader will say, Ron, well, you're so close to the opening price of the daily. Why don't you just put your stop below the daily price? That's fine. But you see how much you got to risk. You got to calculate how much you're willing to risk, right? Sometimes if you nail a trade right away as a scalper, you might have minimal to zero drawdown and it runs 20, 30 pips. Sometimes when I'm trading, that's it. I'm at a break even right away. But I kind of leave an open stop loss with you guys because markets are fast and you guys are learning, right? Some of you guys can't do it as fast as me like that because I do that on the 1 minutes. Sometimes I get in a 1 minute scalp. It's already 10, 20, 30 pips in profit. I'm already at a break even. That's it. Like I'm on the same 1 minute candle because it could, I know you guys know how fast it could come down, right? So that's our analysis right now, okay? And then you can see, look, you see right here, let's focus right here, guys, okay? Follow me, okay? You see right here where it kind of broke out above that purple line, kind of like a little fake out, then they brought it right back down. And then you see again where they kind of broke it above there and nothing really developed. And then they pushed it down. Let's now box in those bodies right there. Let's make it red right above that purple line. Just so we know if they play the same game with us tonight, we know what we're looking at. See what I just did there? I boxed in those breakout candles, nothing really materialized, and then they brought it right back down. Again, I boxed this part in right there. There's the second top, and there was the big drop, okay? So let's advance that into the future, and you see we're trading again right into that red box, okay? So this is where I want to see if there's actually sellers. Are they going to be here? Or are the buyers going to close above this red box and continue? We'll build this into green, and then we're driving right back up, okay? Is anyone in a trade right now? And then you see this shit area right here? This is where we got just this consolidation, this flag, okay? That's, again, where buyers are buying, sellers are selling. Not the best area to be trading. So what I want to see is, if I'm looking to sell tonight and bring this move kind of down, I'd like to see a black candle. See, we already had the break, but I want to see black volume close below here. Because if it closes, then I'm going to make kind of this zone, again, this consolidated zone. Could be offers coming in the market. Buyers are buying the dip, bringing it in. But then there could be a big seller there that pushes it back down to fill that wick and then travel down to the green box. And then if the green holds up, it's going to come back up. Okay? But if the green fails, like if it just comes up a little bit and we break this, that big green zone could go red. And then we're taking out the lowest point of the day and gold is selling back down. Okay? But let's see what develops. It's still early. It's 10 after 7. We still have 50 minutes to go before we get into what do you call it? Futures market. And guys, this is our commodities Discord section. Forex Borex is like a king in here cleaning up. We got Crippy 420 right here. Like, look at this chart. It's beautiful, guys. Like, look, he's cleaning up the zones here, coming down. Got that beautiful fill to the next zone. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it over here? That's excellent, Crippy. If you're on the call, that's beautiful, brother. He's got good analysis, good technicals, fundamentals here. Everybody in here. Nigel, doing great. Working as a team, guys. This is what it's all about. Bavnath, good job in here. Tyler's doing really well. Work like a team, guys. You know, we're all here together. Like, I'm not taking money from your pockets. You're not taking money from my pockets. We're trying to get from the institutions, the markets, the global financial markets. The more money you make, the more happier I am. God bless. Let's get everything from the banks if we can. And then finally, I'm adding our daily bar indicator. Okay, you can see it just opened right there and it's bullish ignited as if this was a 5-minute candle. Okay, you know, sometimes it will come down to refuel. Right there's the refueling area. How can I draw an emoji with like a gas station? Let's see, is there something like that? Is there a fuel pump or is there? I don't know, with these emojis. There's got to be some type of gas station shit. Maybe then when people see that I say it's refueling. Do you guys see one? I don't know if there is. Cash, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shout outs to Cash, everyone. Gave me $2 to buy a coffee. I appreciate you, brother. But you don't have to do that, but thank you. Okay, so you see the daily candle, which is kind of the highest point. The wick is this kind of red zone right there. This purple line right there. Okay, so you see we're flagging right now. So it's a bull flag. Bull flags have a high probability of continuing to break out, right? So it could break out, retest this, we hold, and then we're traveling right up to that red line. I'm just going to move that yellow line right up to the bottom of the red box because it's a nice whole psychological number. Exactly 4,149.75 cents, that 4,150. Okay, and if you ask me, that's where bigger sellers are. Okay, why? Because it's that psychological block in the market. A lot of transactions will happen at 4,150 as opposed to where we're at right now, 4,144. It's just a whole psychological number. The market knows that there's a lot of pending orders at that psychological level. So maybe there is still some more buying volume that can get through here, but then that's where the big sellers will be, okay? Then if it comes down, we'll test this block to see if it holds. Maybe we'll come back up, maybe a double top up there, and then we got some selling pressure. However, it could just hold up again here, and then it turns into one bottom, two bottom, you got a double bottom, and then it's breaking out again, okay? So these will be our zones that we will be watching. Okay, sorry guys, I asked you a question earlier. Are you guys comfortable now understanding how to identify like the point of control of a big body candle? They're very, very important. And then if you can kind of set an alert in there and patiently wait, you know that there's going to be some good transactions in there, okay? Does it, and someone asked me, Ron, is this guaranteed? No, you guys got to understand that. Nothing is guaranteed in trading, believe me, nothing. But this gives you good probabilities. That's what trading is. You want to find good probable setups, okay? It's a game of probabilities, right? It's trading is a game. It's not a guaranteed game. Otherwise, 100% of retail traders would make money every single day, and that's not the case, okay? There is risk involved. There's risk involved with everything you do, okay? But if you can control your risk, like if I take a trade today, I already know how much risk I'm already, before I even take the trade, I already know how much I can possibly lose. So with that already in my head, I just take the trade because I know how much I'm going to lose. I'm not betting my entire rent. I'm not betting my entire groceries. I'm not betting my kids' education today. I'm betting enough where if I lose, I can still walk away with the markets and I still have a smile on my face and I'm still good. Yesterday, I smashed a few monitors in my garage. I told you guys the secret. Go to a landfill, and when people are dropping off their old computers, take them. And then if you ever get clapped in the markets, instead of breaking your own monitors or your keyboard at home, you go in the garage and you smash those. I felt great after. It was a good feeling smashing those. If you need to do that, that's what you got to do. That's where you take your frustration out. I can't believe we're trading gold at like 6:30, 6:45, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're getting like good volume, okay? Remember yesterday there was a nice move and then we got stuck with this shitty volume. I hope that's not the case tonight. That's why we started early, but let's try and be a little bit patient, okay? And then if you, guys, another tip, some advice from your uncle here. If you are going to engage in a trade in this zone, okay, we can see there's buyers buying and there's sellers selling. There's buyers buying, there's sellers. If you engage in here and it's a feeler trade, do something very, very small, something insignificant. Even if it goes down 30 pips against you or 40 pips, you're down maybe $3 or $4. Something insignificant that's not going to hurt you, okay? I know if you're trading with a small account, maybe that's a lot, but if someone is trading, for example, with like a $50,000 prop firm or a $100,000 prop firm or your own money, I'm sure if you go down $3 or $4, it's not going to affect you, okay? Then you can see how the market is literally moving and move with it, okay? Now you see we're barcoding. The buyers came up again. Now it's black, blue, black. Now we have another black candle coming down, closing in 2.5 minutes. Here, let's see what happens, okay? This could be an impulse candle that breaks and it's black, just like this one. This one was a very black candle, but look at where it came back up and closed in there, okay? So let's see if this is going to be officially our first black candle that can close below this neutral zone, okay? Let's just do that. Let's just remain patient for this next 2 minutes and just analyze, okay? So if you want to go in on an impulse, I would suggest go small and learn. If you want to learn what it feels like to go on an impulse candle, this is your chance. This is your chance to learn. Because what about these traders that took the 7 p.m. impulse and then it came right back up there? Like if they took the sell right away there, you know, it came down, they were in 30 pips of profit, but then that wick came back up and then they went into about 30 with that advancement of that almost 40 pips in drawdown after. They could still be holding and they're still banking on this closing below. But again, this candle looked like it, impulsively broke down and caught buyers and go back up. So you see what I mean, guys? Just trying to wait it out. Just tell yourself, just wait. And then if it does come down, who gives a shit? That's those woulda, shoulda, coulda games in trading. Well, that one came down. It came down, but it went back up. That one came down, and it went back up. So if you sold both times there, you got caught, okay? Yes, some candles can come down, but don't play that game in your head. Just play the game of patience and discipline. And I promise you, you'll go farther in trading than just taking impulse every single day. Okay, now look, now it's coming right back down with 45 seconds go. So now I know when it came back up there, it got more offers. So there could be more sellers up there pushing it down. But if the sellers are serious, let's see if they can close it below here. Like I always say, prove to me that you can close it below here. Guys, I'm just going to look at not Forex Factory, but Financial Juice, just see if we have any news over here on the left side, if we got anything coming in. Aryan, you were the one that got hit with 7 p.m., got hit with a stop loss, $30. It's okay, but Aryan, learn from it. Learn from it, brother. We all get caught, okay? You're not the only one. I get caught live, okay? I get caught. Everyone gets caught, okay? But just learn from it. Ariane, here's a learning experience. If you took that, it dropped 30 pips. You were up 30 pips. What you could have done is taken your stop loss and gone to break even. That's the benefits of a break even. And then when it did come up, your trade would have been a break even, and you wouldn't have lost 30 bucks. Okay? It would have just been a break even. But you wouldn't lose any of your money. Okay? So you can still trade, and while you hit that break even, you can still learn from it. There's a lesson to be learned. Okay? You know, in life there's a saying. You gotta learn lessons in order to get blessings, okay? So that stuck with me a long time when someone told me that when I was younger. They said in life, not just trading, in life you're gonna have to go through some lessons in order to get blessings. That's how life works, and that's how trading works. So every loss or break even, every trade you take is a lesson. Even profitable trades. Like if you took a profitable trade, let's say you bought this pullback at 50% right there, there's the Tetris piece. There it is. If you play that game Tetris, there it is. I told you, a lot of traders are retired just by this Tetris 3-bar play. Okay? If you did that trade and you made money, you did something good, learn from that. Learn. You can learn from your good trades, and you can learn from your losses as well. Okay? Now you see the sellers again, lower high, they're pushing down on this candle. This one we got 3 more minutes. So again, this could be another fake out candle. It could come down a little lower, catch a wick and go back in. So let's see now, will this be the first black candle that closes below here? Okay, there's another like impulse move, and it came, do you see how it came right back up? So the market is playing games right now. This is the game of consolidation. This is the worst time to trade. It's the shittiest volume. You just now have to be disciplined. If you want to engage in this type of trading, go small. Go small. This is a range-bound market. This is a consolidated market. It's a sideways market. You're not going to make big money trading this shit inside here, okay? You'll make good money in a trending market, like where it came up bullish like this. You can make great money. This is difficult. This makes you frustrated. This will cause you to get pissed off. This will cause you to revenge trade. This will cause you to hedge trade. This will cause you to do every bad habit in trading, okay? So I'm going to wait. I don't want to engage in this shit. I want to wait to see. If the sellers are real, then they can physically close it below here with a black candle. And then that will show me at least they can close below supporting levels. That doesn't mean I'm just going to go in on the next candle and just take a sell. But it confirms that I have a first body closing below there, and it's not wicks faking out the market. Guys, I've been through the ringer in trading, okay? I've suffered a lot, believe me. I started trading at 16 years old and had no guidance, no support, nothing. So, there was no prop firms back then. It was trading my own live money while I was working. It was tough because I got sold on the get rich quick. Everyone told me you can be a trader, get rich quick. You can make millions of dollars. You can drive Lamborghinis. I high leveraged everything. Had no risk management. This guy's trading all of this garbage, hedge trading, selling every impulse candle, not knowing what I know now, okay? But you'll learn a lot, guys. But you have to learn. You got to learn. If you make mistakes in the market, you got to go back and learn from it. There's so many traders today that don't learn from the mistakes. We help here at SST. Dave and I are busy. Guys, we do a lot on behind the scenes with like working with one-on-ones with the members and things like that. I think I want to get more into that, more one-on-ones, guys. Dave and I are talking. We'll do like a Black Friday deal where we'll do like 2 hours for a very cheap price for you guys, and then we can schedule you guys in. I really want to work with you guys, especially if you're struggling. You know, you can personally with me one-on-one. We can figure out a plan for you. We can figure out what you're doing wrong. If it's any questions about price action, psychology, emotions, coming up with a plan, whatever you're doing, I'm sure I can figure out a way how to help you out. But I don't want to see you guys struggling. Okay, life is already difficult enough. Okay, here's the close now. And look at the time, 7:24, okay? So it did close below. It opened ignited. So this candle should break and start filling this wick, right? Let's see now. Okay, so it's ignited. Maybe you missed the scalp right now, okay? If you missed it, yes, this thing could come down, but let's see if it has enough volume to break that previous wick right there, that previous one. Otherwise, it's going to get a higher low and come back up, okay? And then what we're looking for is either a retest. Okay, you're looking for this candle to come back up and retest this breakout area, or we're looking to retest like 50% of that previous bearish candle, okay? And if we miss this, we kind of missed it already, okay? Unless you want to go in now. But I want to see if it can come back up, and maybe we can sell near the opening balance if it still stays ignited. But if this thing is coming down, then, you know, sometimes you got to let it go. You got to let it go. And maybe it will break, and maybe it will come back up eventually, and then it will give us a proper retest. Then if we get a proper retest, we could sell that, and that might be one where we're selling at a premium area and with more sellers, and then it could have more volume to continue to come down in here, right? So that would be the path, okay? Otherwise, if we're not in a sell here, and this thing bleeds all the way back down into this bullish point of control, I could be sitting here as a buyer. Right? If I miss the sell, I could be a buyer down here at a discounted zone. But I got to now wait to see what this candle is going to do, okay? So you see how it came down? It didn't break that, so it's got a higher low. So buyers are now pushing it right back up. And remember, this is a difficult candle because it's 7:26. We're going into a new 30-minute candle in the next 3 minutes. So you see now how they brought it up? Now this is what we call a hanging man candle. It still has that ignited head, that black head, okay? See it right here? It's that black head. So now it came back up, and now sellers again are pushing it down. So let's see if the buyers can bring it up and actually flip this candle, because then we'll get our proper retest in here. If someone is in a sell, fantastic. Like what I would be doing now is I would be bringing my stop loss and reducing my risk, okay? That's what I would be doing if I was in a sell. I'm not in right now. I'm waiting for this body to close. Okay, so we see if we're not in a trade, at least you see a little bit of a pattern now. So it came up, it's coming back down. I'm trying to figure out where the neckline is. Is it going to be like this red line, a little lower? Is it going to be the green zone? Because then we could expect it to have that leg to come back up, right? And then when it comes up, either it's going to be a big double top at that daily high. It could be coming in here, and that would be the lower high, and then that push down, that's where we could sell to continue to take it down. But we could get another leg that wants to come up. So I'm waiting for this body to close regardless, okay? Because I know we're going into 7:30. I'm going to check my spreads too, because normally I'm waiting to trade at 8 p.m. So let me just see what my spreads are here. That's not bad, 0.6, 0.7. That's okay. If we can at least get 20 to 30 pips on a scalp. What is my lot size for trading gold? Normally I trade with a standard lot to a half lot, depending on market conditions. But that's within my risk, okay? So, you know, someone might say, well, Ron, that's too much for me. Okay, but maybe I have a different capital than you. That's fine. But when I started, I was trading with 0.1s, 0.05s, learning. As my account started to grow over the years, my lot sizing naturally started to grow. Look at that candle, eh? Look at it. That was big bearish candle coming down, didn't take that low out, and look at it. The buyers are bringing it right back up. Now the candle flipped, okay? So it turned into a bullish pin bar with 40 seconds to go. So maybe 7:30, we might get off of that rejection wick. Like the momentum is buyers, 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 buyers right now. Maybe the next momentum candle will be buyers bringing it right back up, okay? So we could maybe even buy the next leg up. But it still has to retest this area, like right here. If I draw like a red zone here, that's what the buyers are trading into right now, right there. See what I did? Cut it in half, a little bit above, a little bit below. It's kind of like my golden pocket right there. Okay, so it's turned into a bullish pin bar hammer candle So you see that big return? So if you were a seller, that's why you got to do something down there. Now look, it opened bearish. Bearish ignited, just came down, caught a wick. Now it's going to retest this location right now. Let's see if it will impulsively break out of here or get rejected back down. And then if it gets rejected back down, we could look to sell back to backfill those wicks. However, it's still strong right now. Okay, look at it. Wow. Okay. So wow. Okay. So it came right back into, and don't get excited, guys. We're just right back in this neutral zone. Okay. So it's like, yes, that happened, but the volume is still back in this shitty zone. So it's exactly like yesterday. Exactly. Remember where we had buyers, sellers, buyers, sellers, buyers? Remember I kept trying to sell and I was getting caught with these wicks going back up? It's the same shit right now. Same. Okay, but that's a big rejection now. Now they pinned it with a lower high inside there, and this could turn into like a shooting star ready to fill those wicks and sellers taking control. Okay, so that's a big like wick that got rejected. That's a big candle. Okay, so can they continue to bid it down here? Do we wait for this bar to officially close? Will it give us context to where it closes? This is good education too at this time, okay? Because it's real choppy, so you can learn. You're watching what the price action's doing. What do you guys think? What's your bias? Not where gold is moving next week. What do you guys think in like the next 5, 10, 15 minutes? Bullish or bearish? If you guys say bullish, I understand. If you guys say bearish, I understand. A lot of you guys, sideways market, yeah. Pull back long, Omar? Like Omar comment, like pull back into the green zone down in here, sell down to the green zone, and then boom long, or 4170, Kenny? Bullish? A lot of you guys are leaning bullish. Okay, but remember, guys, we still have 30 more minutes, and then we got the futures market opening up, so the market is still accumulating in here. They will eventually redistribute all of this volume coming up soon. They'll either redistribute it to the upside, we can see buyers are accumulating, or they'll redistribute it down to the downside. We see sellers are here too. But there's long rejection wicks. That was a long wick. That was a long wick that never broke. So technically, buyers are still back in here. We're back in that bullish flag, so it's got a high probability to the upside, okay? And if we're trading with the trend, we're trading with the daily candle, everything says continue going bullish, okay? But let's see. We got to create new highs in order to continue to go up. So let's see, even an impulse breakout bullish candle is good to confirm a new high. And then if it gets rejected down, we could buy a pullback. If we see a blue candle close above this red zone, then we know officially buyers momentarily broke this, are strong. We could flip it green, and then we could continue to buy, okay? So down here, it looks like the sellers got kind of faked out down there. They were quick moves. You had to literally pip and dip out of there. If you didn't, like most of these sellers here, if they sold there, they sold there, their stop losses are here and here. Okay, like if I, like I'm telling you, if I sold this, if I sold that, my stop would be maybe above here, right? So I'm sure the market maker knows that there's some stop losses, there's some pending orders up here. That's what we call liquidity. Does it want to come and grab it? Husky, you're just enjoying a beer and getting ready to unwind. Thought I'd drop by. Husky, look at the camera, brother. Cheers. I got a Ryan Ginger. Cheers, brother. I'm unwinding too. I went tobogganing with the kids. I almost broke my back. I should have videotaped it for you guys. An old man rolling down the hill. An anime, we're on 5-minute time frame. Wow. Okay, see that? Came in there bullish, they rejected it back down. So it's this ping pong game right in here. Okay, and the volume is still inside here, but we got to acknowledge that rejection, okay? Because that candle was very, very strong, came in there, and there is offers in there in that red zone. Sellers pushed it right back down. We're still holding some green volume, but we're continuing to be, again, in this neutral zone. I know it sucks for live trading, guys. I know what it is. I know it's boring, but I can't change the volume. Believe me, I would if I could, but, you know, this is what this is what we're looking at. Guys, thank you guys to everyone on YouTube. Almost 300 of us. If you guys can like the channel, hit the subscribe button. Let's see if we can get to 88,000. And tomorrow we'll be back for another live Tokyo session. Trump is live? Oh no. I got it on the Boston Bruins Leafs game right now. Trump is live. Let me know what Trump is saying, guys. I'm watching the hockey game too. Okay, so you see that blue candle came back in there again, got rejected, okay? So you guys, what if you could rate this type of volume right now? Would you give this volume like an A plus, A, B, C, D, or an F? Like or a grading system. What do you think this type of volume is? Is this good to be trading? Z? That's probably the worst it can be. F, yeah. Okay, guys, so we're on the same page. This is difficult volume, but there's still some clues, okay? Look, when it came up there, they rejected it back down. Again, that was a bullish candle. They rejected it back down. So if we get some more black volume closing below here, we could technically get that leg selling back down, okay? Because the buyers have tried up there a couple times, and they've been rejected, okay? Now the selling volume is still here. And don't forget, they impulsively did some damage down there, and they did physically close with a bar below there and push it down, but they couldn't advance it below this low, okay? So it's still technically like 50-50 here. The only edge I would give to the buyers is the bull flag from this rally, okay? But maybe futures market could sell off a little bit, and then like how Omar was saying, then it comes right back up, okay? So like a sell would be nice to sell into this green zone, get our money, get out, and maybe we could buy back in here, okay? So this candle is going to close now in 90 seconds. It's a shooting star candle coming down. This could be the one coming down with bigger volume now, okay? So do we either take the sell right now, or should we technically wait for this body to close? Again, it's teasing us. It's telling us sell, 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 but I'm going to wait for a body to close, okay? Because I don't want this to come down again and get another wick and go back up, because it could do that. You got to kind of either talk yourself into taking the trade or talk yourself out of the trade, okay? Especially as a scalper, you're watching these 5-minute candles. Every single candle is basically a candle that you could trade. Okay, so we're going to hold off. It's going to close in 40 seconds. So if this one closes below, again, our retest area is right here, the white line. The white line could actually represent 50% of the volume as soon as this thing closes. Check the 30-minute time frame, Tim. No problem. Yeah, it's a big shooting star coming down, okay? So 30 minutes is selling pressure. So maybe we could get in on a possible pullback on a 5, okay? So you're right. 30 minutes is selling right now. We can see how a lot of the buyers got rejected up here. Here's the close now. So look at where it's closing. They pick it up another wick, coming right back up. Get ready, guys, okay? Okay, so here's the close with volume below. It's black. Okay, will it turn up blue a little bit and get rejected, or is it just holding black and ready to come down? Like you can hold on. Okay, there's the wick. So it came back up. Will it flip this body? No, it's black still. It's still holding. Okay, I'm going to go in a sell. I tried to hold for the 30 seconds, and it's black. It didn't come up to retest. So stop loss again. When I get into a trade, I look more, so where am I going to place my stop loss? Do I just want to be above this neutral zone? Like right here, this neutral zone? Do I want to be just above those wicks? I'm going to go just right above the whole red box and just be above today's daily high, just in case the buyers come back in and maybe it gets rejected back down. And then I'm looking again to take it down into this 50% of this green zone, right to this white line, okay? So I'm testing out a sell. We had another candle that closed below. It did open black, was holding, and then it came back to that opening balance, and then that's when I sold. So now I got to see, will it continue to maintain below 50% of that bearish candle, like the cut line? Can it stay below this? Can sellers keep offering? Can we flag kind of down here with this thin candle right now, and then just start redistributing down and fill this wick, I ideally get down to this one to break it, and then just start dropping down. Then if it breaks this red line and continues to come down, I'm going to start reducing my stop loss in the trade, okay? So I'm testing out a sell. And then to see if this 30-minute candle can continue to push down inside here, okay? This 30-minute candle. It's a bearish pin bar, which is going to close in 18 minutes, and that will be the opening of futures market. So maybe the 30-minute can sell off prior to the futures market opening up, and maybe this 30-minute candle could continue to just drive and fill that wick right there to that red line on the 5 minutes what we got marked. Maybe it could drop down to that green zone, okay? And then measuring with the measure tape, from entry to the red line would be about 20 to 22 pips, and then maybe just a little break could be about 30. And then if it breaks there, that's when I'm going to be bringing my stop loss down and reducing my risk. Okay. Testing out a sell. No, don't go full margin sell, please. If you do, that's your account. Okay, so you see it tested into that kind of point of interest of the previous candle. Remember, we're just going candle by candle. So it's trading right into it, had a rejection, but there's still a little bit of bullish volume. Okay, so it's one of these kind of indecision candles still hanging out down here. So if the offers are coming down, could start, absorbing some of this and then continue to push this thing down. However, buyers could, just the way how it's been trading, trade it right back inside here as well. But we have two big 5-minute rejections. Okay, there's another solid rejection, pushing it down. So we're back down to a pin bar. Let's see if we can come down and start just trading, bidding down the lowest part of our wick, and then we can take that one out and start to fill down in here. With 50 seconds to go, let's see if we can get this move. Okay, so it's a small little doji spin top candle. Again, not real much range. There's not a lot of range compared to all of these other candles. So this candle itself is accumulating with buyers and sellers with thin range. So I'm hoping that they can redistribute to the downside. But again, you got to acknowledge that buyers are still accumulating too. That next bar could come through here and go into drawdown. Here's the close. Okay, so closed, open bullish, ignited. So that's a strong opening candle. Let's see again if it can get rejected right here at that red line. So this is where I'd like to see a wick. Okay, so there was initially a wick, but as soon as it came down, again, it's refueling itself, coming back up. Again, it got rejected at this red line. Okay, it's real thin volume right now. I know it's 15 minutes prior to the futures market, so there's going to be a big redistribution come at 8 p.m. here. Yeah, it's very complex volume to be trading right now. It is, but I have low risk. I'm not full porting like some of you guys. I think you guys are nuts to be full porting at 7:45. I hope you guys are not, but if you are, you're all adults. Okay, so you see where we got rejected? It's the point of interest of these bodies. See right there, the body closed, the body open of that bearish candle. So that little point of control of that bearish candle didn't hold, but then it held right there, that point of interest. So that's a good rejection. That's a higher rejection. That's bigger offers up there. So that's good. And now we got the rejection coming back down. So now is the time to redistribute volume. If it's coming down with this 30-minute candle, this is the time where it's got to start, pushing down like this 30-minute bar. So we got a beautiful shooting star. That's what we want. But now we want to start redistributing to fill these wicks. Okay. So you see where it got rejected there? It held quite a bit at that point of control. But as soon as it got to that point of interest right there, the body to body, that's where the big sellers were. Right sitting at 4,142.75 cents. Okay. So you guys remember, right down to that red line is 20. There we go. Okay. So we broke. That's 30 pips down to here where this ruler is. This is when, if you like, you can start to reduce your risk. You could literally bring your stop loss right above this wick, if you like, right above those. Okay, if you want to lower it. But you know that the next candle could come back up bullish and then tag you out and then maybe go back down. But ultimately, reducing your risk is what you want to do as a trader. Okay, because it's this wishy-washy volume, it could come down and go right back up, okay? But if we're holding, which I'm holding right now, is if this volume continues to close below this red line this low, we could use this red line as support, turning it to resistance, and then give us one more leg down so we can drop into this green zone and maybe catch 50 pips down in there. Okay, so we're going to close in less than 2 minutes now. So we broke, we created a new low. But anytime you create a new low, there's going to be discount buyers always trying to buy the dips, right? Just like when you're selling or when you're buying and you're selling, there's always going to be sellers that want to sell another high, right? So at least we created new lows. We have to create new lows in order to advance, to go down further. So we got lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We just created the new lower low. Now we've got to follow where the volume will close in the next 90 seconds. Hopefully you guys are managing your risk. Dave, you got 150 bucks and you're out. Congrats, brother. And guys, don't forget, we're 10 minutes away from 8 p.m. and that's when the futures market is opening up, okay? So here's the next push down, 50 seconds go. Again, that 30-minute candle, the 30-minute volume. Okay, we have 10 more minutes before this 30-minute candle closes. I'm hoping we got some volume to get into this green zone. Might take a couple bars to get down there unless they redistribute everything. That's a good push down. Here we go, last 30 seconds. I tell you, it's like a basketball game. Here's the 24-second shot clock. Let's watch who has the momentum going right into the close. Okay, so they're, again, look at where the fight is, right at this red line, this previous low right here. 20 seconds to go. Dave, amazing. You've been following us for 3 months and you made money from our techniques. Amazing. Good for you, man. That's great consistency. Just lock in some profit, guys. Reduce your risk, okay? You don't got to do what I'm doing. Okay, there was the close. Let's get our cut line. Cut line, okay, let's cut it, right? Get the cut, cut it in half. Okay, because if it comes up blue, 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 maybe we'll trade into that volume and then it get rejected back down. See how the candle opened? It's a strong bullish open. Okay, so it's a bullish ignited open. Again, right at this red line. Holy shit. Okay, Tokyo trades very technical lately. Okay, so you see the rejection. It didn't come right into the exactly cut line, a little bit above, a little bit below. So it caught something in there and they've rejected the move down. We got a short wick. So if this turns into a shooting star candle, we can take out that wick and start to fall down to the top of the green box. There we go. I'm going to break even now. Break even, everyone. Break even. This is 40 plus pips. Everyone should be managing their risk right now. Break even. No one should have any risk in this trade. Please listen to me. Worst case scenario is we hit a break even going into the futures market. But you should be up 40 to 45 pips. But more importantly, break even. Okay? We didn't realize too much drawdown on that. And if we look at that 30-minute candle, right? If we just look at that wick right there. See that 30-minute wick? Right inside that green zone, right there. 4,136. That would be that 30-minute next break right there. Okay, we're coming down. The red line is right there. There's that candle at 6:30 when we started our call. And then that would be about 50 pips coming down in there. Okay, I'm going to secure 80%. I'm at 50 pips. Beautiful. I'm taking out 80% at 50 pips. We got to buy some rye and ginger tonight. And I got 20% running right now. Perfect. Excellent, guys. You see, we waited. And we just hooked up with 50 pips. Guys, hit the likes on YouTube, please. Subscribe to the channel. 330 of you guys joined Tokyo is amazing. It's amazing, guys. Thank you guys so much. Tokyo is so much fun. Guys on Zoom, you guys okay? 50 pips, you should be doing something, right? I know we want more, but we just tagged right into the top. Remember I got caught yesterday where I was in that cell where it was up 30, 40 pips, and as soon as it tagged in the green box, it reversed on me? I'm not playing that game tonight. Remember, you learned lessons. Cheers, guys. Cheers to everyone out there. I appreciate you guys. We're not financial advisors. We're here for education, entertainment. We'll have a drink with you. We'll smoke a joint with you. That's what we're here for. So I have 20% running with a break even. Okay, so I'm still invested in the trade. But the bulk of the money, I want out at that green zone because we know that there's buyers there, right? When you're a seller, in order to close your position, you have to sell high and buy your position back low. I want to buy it where the buyers are. Kevin, really nice pre-future open. Thank you, Ron. Need to get into a meeting at work. No problem. I hope you enjoyed it, made some money for work. Kevin, thank you. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. Guys, tomorrow, 6:30, maybe 6:15 we'll start. Because look, the move started today, right when the daily candle opens, 6 p.m. right here. So we sold this leg coming down, but we still have to respect this big green box. And the futures market is opening in 5 minutes. So it could be come in the green zone. It could come right back up when the futures market opens. However, some of you guys might be running a trailing stop loss. Let's see. We've got to watch where this body will close. Again, it just broke that 30-minute low right there, 6:30. So we got a new lower low. We just got to follow this volume. When this candle closes in 20 seconds, we're going to cut it. We're going to take our cut line. We're going to bring it down. Remember, like OT Genesis told us, you got to cut it. Okay, when prices get too low, you got to cut it. Okay, when prices get too high, you got to cut it. Young Dolph and OT Genesis. There, closed. Again, open bullish. If we reject this quickly, we're driving. And this is, remember, this is 50% of this green zone right here. 4,134 and 50 cents. That would be about a 65 pip move. And you're right inside that, like this buying zone. Look how they opened it up bullish. Okay, so now it's retesting the cut zone right here. Let's see if we can hold it down. Kenny, you gotta cut it. When these candles get too big, we gotta cut it. Did we hit exactly 50% of the 1 hour candle? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Okay, there it is. There it is. See that hourly candle? Watch. That was the 6 p.m. candle. If we grab our Fibonacci tool, opening price, closing price, look at it. There's your 0.5 is the wick we just hit in there, okay? So we've came down all the way into the point of control of the previous hour. That's a good time to, you know, close selling positions because that's where big buyers could be. And it's just minutes right before we go into futures. Okay, see how this shit is kind of like clockwork every day? Look at where we got rejected, right at 50%. You gotta cut it. Now it can turn into, if we can flip this body, it's an inverted hammer. It's still holding that blue volume. If we can flip it, again, we could fill our wick and then touch down right exactly at 50%. Then if we come down in there, I'm gonna close my remaining 20% going right into futures. I wanna be out of this trade completely because futures could rip right back up. It could technically go down, but I'm content. I'm happy, right? You guys maybe want more? That's up to you. You guys did a full margin sell. If you did, congratulations. If you did a full margin sell. Again, guys, disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't want YouTube to take this off. Okay, guys? So what you do is your own business. We're not financial advisors. Okay, shooting star ripping down. I'm going to close out my 20% down there. I'm happy. 4,135 out. So I'm no longer have anything in this trade. Closed out everything right there. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. We did good tonight, guys. We're going to stay till 8:30. We'll watch the first 30 minutes of futures. And then Ron's got to go watch some sports. We got the Raptors tonight. We got Montreal Canadiens. We got a lot of sports tonight. How much did I make? I made enough to have steak and lobster tomorrow for breakfast. I didn't full port like you guys. You guys are crazy. Guys, so we tapped right into, who was it in, told us we're at 50% of the 1 hour candle. Dave, you're right, brother. Right in there, okay? So Dave told us we're right at 50% and boom. It's like clockwork. Get your money and get out, do your thing, okay? But make sure you're at a break even. That's my job. This ruler is for you guys now. That's running 80 pips. Down to the bottom of the green zone is 90. Holy shit. Okay, advance this into the future. Remember that bull flag that got things started right there? If it comes in there, you got another 100 pip banger. If this closes below this green zone, we're going to flip this green zone red going into futures. Sean, 80 pips out. Beautiful, bro. Amazing. Sean, did you guys get a lot of snow in Calgary? We got dumped over here. We had a kid's snow day. Here's the close, guys. 20 seconds going into futures. So you guys see how important cut lines are. Cut, wick, body to body. Point of interest right there. See this black candle? The cut line will be the white line, basically. Oh, wow. 14 degrees this weekend. Oh, you got nice. We got dumped on with a lot of snow. Okay, here's the close. Get ready. Okay, so it's still close. Oh, ignited. Okay, ignited push down. If it comes in there, oh man. Okay, this is futures open now. Okay, so it came tapped right into that. You know that right there, that Tetris piece, that flag. It just tapped right in there. Got a wick. Guys, sorry my chart is so ugly right now. I'm sorry my chart is not as fancy as other YouTubers. I got ghetto style over here, okay? If it comes all the way down to that purple line, holy fuck, that's the opening price. Look at the daily candle. We basically sold the wick on the daily candle right there. Now it's refueling up, okay? You can't play games when it comes down to this opening price, please, guys, okay? Because a lot of shit can happen. This is the futures market, and we're back down to that opening balance. Please, guys, learn how to, at least take some money out of the markets, because I've been involved in trades like this where they've just ripped right back up, okay? And then you're sitting thinking all night, what the hell just happened? Buy the dip right now? I wouldn't. Not with this momentum coming down right now. These are heavy 30-minute candles. I don't know. I would just wait for the first 5 minutes to consider buying. Because they could take out that lowest point of the day. But that was a total, guys. If you're still in it, 135 pips. Man, gold is on steroids lately. like these moves are ridiculous. Okay, so look at, they flipped the candle. Remember, it opened bullish, ignited, dropped all the way down there. Okay, almost. Look at how close it was to the opening balance. So there was a ton of buyers that maybe missed the opening day's buy, right? And then now they just got in. They were patiently waiting till 8 p.m. and they just got triggered. Okay, but we got to follow where the candle will officially close in the next 2.5 minutes. If it closes below this green zone, we're going to make this a red zone momentarily, okay? Because that's officially what it will be. Then that hourly, that's an hourly zone, will turn red. Wow. Dave, sushi and wine for you. Good job. That's a great. Maybe me too. Grab some sushi. I haven't had sushi in a while. Guys, this is our commodities Discord over here. This is Crippy420, Forex Borex. Thank you guys for your charts analysis. What are we looking at? Crippy closed with 85 pips. Amazing. Great job, brother. Okay, so you see how it came up? They're pushing it right back down. Let's see where the closing will be of this candle. It's going to close in 60 more seconds. This is representing the first 5 minutes of the futures market open. Guys, we got 327 viewers and 150 likes. Can we get it above 200? I'm a numbers guy. If we get good numbers, we'll be in here tomorrow again. Where should the next entry be? Why don't we just relax? Maybe that's what we got to do. Maybe just relax. Let's see what the market's going to do, okay? It's not always just the next candle, the next candle. Let's see what's going on first. This is a critical time in the market. It's the futures market open. Let's just let the first 5 minutes happen. There's nothing wrong with just waiting and seeing what's happening, okay? You don't have to just jump in, guys. Believe me, I'm a scalper, and I know these things. Okay, so here's the close. Where's it closing? Look, they just, okay, so I have to go through what I do, okay? I'm sorry, guys. But those sellers managed to close it below this zone, okay? And it just opened bullish ignited, coming right back up with a lower high rejection. So there still could be selling pressure. You know, like buyers could buy it back up, and then it could start to, you know, continue to push down, okay? Because we already have this big leg coming down now, okay? So even if buyers now are buying, they could be buying into like supply, and then that's that pattern. Remember we told you that's A, then this is B coming up, C could kind of redistribute. They've already done some damage with that wick, but now it's coming into a red zone. So this is where, again, we're trading in this zone where it could be buyers and sellers, just like how we had this one where it was consolidating here. Maybe we'll get another accumulation phase right here, okay? So you can jump in, you can go in and buy if you like. You're getting a discounted buy. But just, you got to understand that we just sold that heavy leg coming down. So there could be even sellers repositioning their offers. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to see what's going on in this zone. Okay, I see it came down there, coming right. The volume is inside here. Can the buyers close it above here? Will we see maybe a pattern develop? Like it came down, back up. Will it come back down and do something like this? Or will it come back down and a break? If you're in a buy, fantastic. If you guys bought this wick and you got that bullish ignited candle, those are big pips, guys. Like, it's no joke. That's like that's 100 pips on the come up, just from this wick to where that wick is. That's 100 pip push back up. That's fantastic. If you got in, great. But I'm not in yet. I'm still waiting. These are now big volume. Okay. Wow. Lee, 50, 100 pips is not so hard these days with gold. No, it's not. It's like basically every single candle is 50 to 100 pips. It's unbelievable. At all times around the clock. Like if you're trading gold in London, you're trading gold in pre-Colmex, Colmex, post-Colmex, you're trading it in Wall Street, you're trading it now. Like, it's unbelievable, the volume in gold. It's like a personal ATM machine if you know what you're doing with this thing. You can lose a lot too, don't get me wrong, but that's why you got to have proper risk management. Okay, so what's now everyone's bias? Remember we talked about this. We had a bias maybe to sell. Okay, some of you guys had a bias to buy, right? Markets move, can go buy, can go sell. My bias was to sell with those two wicks coming down. We had another closing body candle. That's why I took the sell on this candle. This kind of doji right in here. Long Omar now. Okay, so let's see Omar in the next 90 seconds. If we can get a closing bull bar back above this point of control zone, we'll flip it back to green. Then maybe if it pulls back slightly right to this white line, we could maybe look to buy that, right? Okay, you see the buy, came right back up there, lower high, they're pushing it right back down. That's why I kind of keep this a red zone. Still showing me that there's still sellers here. I'm just going to clean up my chart. Just going to clean it up a little bit. This is a trap area, Charles. It quite, yeah, you're probably right, you know. So that's why we got to just remain patient. See that? It was a nice big bullish candle, came up there, and now got rejected back down. So we didn't get closing price there. Oh, Borix. Holy shit. Nice sell there. Oh, Borix, comma day. Beautiful. Okay, so it did close technically above the white line. I know the white line is 50% of that zone, but I didn't get a bullish candle closing above to officially change the color of the zone from red to green. Okay, so we're kind of just trading in between it here. Okay, so you can see kind of how the market is kind of transacting right now. So it came down. I see that big wick, but let's concentrate where the volume is, and then it came back up. So right here, we're getting a wick and a wick. So let's say there's a neckline here. Maybe it wants to come back down like this. Then we'll figure out if it's a second bottom here or at that neutral zone. Maybe then it will come back up. And then you see we're getting at this trend line. There would be the double bottom and the trend line. And then maybe we'll have that impulse break, pull back, we close, make this green, and then we're driving back up to the highest point of the day and that red zone up there. But sellers are still inside here. See why I kept it red? I kept it red for a reason. Why? Because that first candle did officially close below there. Then we moved up blue and it got rejected. And again, they're coming right back down. So sellers are technically in control, guys. Okay? So far. If the sellers are like for real, they will close it below this red zone, just like here, just like this same consolidated zone. If they close it below here, then they're going to continue maybe to fill this wick and take out the opening balance today and then have a real drop. Guys, if it breaks, look at how much more room it has to drop. Holy shit. Like, I would say mark this area right here. Why? Because you got a wick, about 50% of that big black candle, then there's a wick there. I would draw a zone right here for today, right here. Look at what I'm doing, okay? See how I'm capturing all that shit? The red line, a little bit above, a little bit below. Stretch that into the future and make that a green zone. If we sell off today, that would be a good location. 4,118, 117, right in there, that block, okay? If it continues to sell today after the call and break down, it could literally come right in there. Mark that on your charts, guys. Place an alert there. I'm going to place an alert. And you see how I identified that? That was kind of the neckline there. It's kind of that wick. 50% of that big black candle going across. That was a red zone wick. That was a red zone wick back down. There it officially closed above, retested it, and drove. If it comes all the way back down there, that's a green zone. Okay, but look at it now. Wow, okay. So that was a big black candle, came down, caught a wick, turning right back up. So buyers are down there, okay? So let's see if they can officially close it above this red zone. They failed on that attempt, and they failed on that previous attempt. Now they're coming right back up with more volume, more pending orders. This candle is going to close in 2 minutes. So let's see officially, not just guess or trade on impulse. Let's see officially if the buyers can close it above there. If they do, we're going to flip this red box green and maybe look to buy a pullback out of here. If it closes above, then maybe this zone is going to start developing with pending buy orders, and then we could buy a discounted pullback. Okay, but if it continues to trade in here, then we're doing the same shit that we did in this zone. Then but it's bigger volume. It's going black, blue. You can measure the zone. Like when it was in here, it was approximately 25, 30 pips. Now, with the futures market open, this zone is about now 40 to 45 pips. Okay, and then now you got a nice hammer candle coming right back up. So let's see if we can have an impulse breakout with 90 seconds to go. Emrit, have a nice night, man. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you, bro. Try and get more involved in the Discord if you got some free time. Share your charts with us, your analysis, bro. So you see again, the sellers are there, rejecting it. Lower high, lower high, lower high, bringing it right back down to where this candle opened. Okay, and then it's one of these kind of like spin top candles, these indecision candles. Not the greatest to be trading. Chris, thanks for the charting. I love it, man. Guys, I got to wrap up the call at 8:30, so 15 more minutes. But we're still kind of hanging around, lingering around in this zone here. Do you guys have any questions about where we're trading right now? Are any of you guys in a trade? You can see sellers are still, they got the momentum, okay? Lower high, lower high, lower high, red zone, big black candle coming down. That's why you got to be careful, right? You got to be careful buying. Okay, how do I think the reopen of the U.S. government will affect gold? Maybe gold will potentially sell. Like if the governments open up, might strengthen the U.S. dollar, might cause some investors to invest in the U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar being correlated with gold, maybe we see some gold selling. That's just hypothetical, right? So you see overall bigger picture, guys. Think of bigger picture. Big leg coming up. That was the big leg coming all the way back down. Okay, but look at where the volume is now. This is an entire neckline. So technically, are we going to get, that's what I was looking for. If the blue candles would close above this red zone, close above, retest here or here, then we would have maybe gone back up to the highest point of the day. However, this leg could be continuing to push down. If it closes below here, retest this, fill that futures wick and take out the lowest point, the opening price of the day, and start dropping down to that green zone right in there. Okay, so I think those are our kind of options for later tonight of where things can move. But you see how the volume is still just trading inside this zone. The sellers brought it down all the way down there again, and then it's a wick return right back up. Okay, so this is, again, we're in one of these zones. You know, if I was to trap all of this, this is what I would be doing. Trapping it like this and tell you guys the same shit. Sellers are selling, buyers are buying. Sellers are selling, buyers are buying. Same exact thing that we had earlier here. So this is where you got to be patient, guys. You either got to pick one way and feel out your trades. Don't go heavy. Don't be going full port. Wait for confirmations above here or confirmations below there. Do you see a blue candle closing above the red box? Not yet. Do you see a black candle closing below here? Not yet. Do we got to continue to wait? Possibility. Bull trends, why did I mark the green zone? What's the reason behind this green zone down here? Just look over here. Look at the structure of this market, okay? You can see right here, see this big black candle that came down? It stopped right there, got a wick. This black candle, if you measure it, right, grab your Fibonacci tool, open, close, you see it's right at 50% in the zone, okay? If we did that at that time, I'm sure I would have done it on that candle. Then I would have stretched my zone into the future. It would have been a red zone, right? It would have been red based off of that. Then you see when it came up, red zone, back down. Came up, red zone, back down. There it came, look at consolidated in there, and then we had a blue candle close above. As soon as that blue candle closed above, I would have, at that time, flipped it green, right? And stretched it into the future, same zone. And then you see the buys off of it. Now, in the future, that's that same green zone. It's right here. That used to be red, turns green. Now I stretch it into the future. That's how I get that block down there. So I know if it's going to sell down there, if it breaks today's opening price, that bullish ignited daily candle, it's going to probably come down there. And then that's where it could bounce up. Same zone. If it closes below, you flip it red, and then you're driving back down to this white line. And then if I'm scalping, I would be targeting right here on the 5 minutes. I'd be looking at right there. See where those bodies were? Body, 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 bodies. A few wicks down there. I would be targeting all of those. And then the biggest drop will be to that yellow line. And then you see how those 5 minute candles returned off of that. That was at 10:30 in the morning. That's your daily point of interest, right? So that's how you can get your chart ready. And what I do all day, every day, is I place an alert in there. Add an alert, Oh, I already added one. Add an alert at these points. And when the volume comes to you, you're going to get alerted. And that's how you can look for high probable setups all day. I literally let the market come to me all day. That's how I trade, like 24 hours around the clock. I'm not sitting at my computer and just staring at candles, but I do a good charting, do good analysis. I place alerts at these important points of interest. And when the volume gets down there, I'm either buying or selling at these areas. And then I know I'm buying and selling where there's a lot of pending orders, right? Okay, so you see how it closed below and it's retesting this. So sellers are still in control. This might have some room to push and take out this inverted hammer daily candle with that opening base strong price right here. That's where we opened, 6 p.m. And we had that nice push up. This might still have further legs to push down. Okay. Is anyone still in the original sell that we took down? I'm out of it, but I took out 80% and the remaining 20, but is anyone still in it? Some of you guys are always sometimes holding. Husky, you dropped your NQ chart in the indices. Let's take a look. Oh, nice. Okay, beautiful. Good. We'll check out. We'll do NQ for tomorrow, New York. Excellent, guys. Share your charts, guys, in the Discord. It helps everybody. Helps everybody. Your charts are better than mine, guys. Sergio, you left a 0.1 runner. Nice. It's good. The runners are good for psychology too. You know, they help you understand, is it breaking critical levels, things like that. You know, like a runner is like a soldier in the market, continuing to tell you valuable information about breaking structure, about breaking support levels. Okay, so you guys see why I said it's not a great idea to buy. It would have been nice if you pipped and dipped. Remember that returned wick and that candle alone were 100 pips up. If you don't do anything, the market is ruthless. Okay, so you see this now neutral zone. I didn't just guess this zone. It's right there. It's that Tetris piece. It's this 3-bar play right here at market open. 6 p.m., 6:05 inside bar, 10 after 6, started that big leg up. So this same zone stretched into the future. You see that's when we broke it. And then you see we're retesting it and retesting it. So you can kind of make that a little green block right now, that it's still technically, we got buyers still in the market that are protecting our daily opening price right here. So there's still technical buyers still holding. So if this block, green block holds and blue volume comes back above here and closes, that's where I would be looking to buy. Above here, 4,136 and 50 cents today. If this can all hold later today. For example, if it continues to hold, come back here, higher low, break that trend, maybe break these wicks, create a new high. You got to create a new high in order to continue to go up. And then let's say it closes above there. You flip the red zone green, maybe catch a retest right there or deeper right inside. Anywhere here, a retest, and then you're taking it back up to there. Okay, so if it does that pattern, comes down here, goes in there, closes above, same red zone, flip it green. Reason being, now it's going to become maybe an order where pending buyers are now positioning themselves to buy a discounted pullback right there on confirmation, one right there or one at the bottom, anywhere inside here. And then they want to take it back up, take out the high, maybe get back to the highest point of the day. But right now, sellers are technically in control still. Okay, but there's a wick there, a wick there, a wick there. Okay. I don't think I'm going to take another trade, guys, because we only have 6 more minutes to go, and then I got to wrap it up. Do you guys like the time we started today, 6:30? Was that a good time for everybody? I can try my best to start at 6 p.m., but I got to grab the kids from school. I get back at 4 p.m. We have dinner and things like that, so it's kind of really early for me. But 6:30, no problems. I can try for 6 p.m. Just make sure on YouTube, you guys are subscribed to the channel and you guys hit the notification, okay? Because I sometimes I can't always just give you guys notice. Sometimes I just drop the link and start. So, and then you guys in Zoom and Discord, I'll let you guys know ahead of time what time we're going, okay? 6, 6:30, 6:15, 6, 7, 6, 7, you know, like what the kids do. 6, 7, 6, 7, that's all I hear all day with my kids. I'm getting sick and tired of this 6, 7 shit. Where did it come from? Did it come from LeVar Ball's the dad, Lamar and D'Angelo Ball's dad, where he was asked in an interview, they asked the dad, how tall is your son? And he was saying 6'6" or 6'7". Basketball, is that what it was from? Oh, okay, because that's what it's from. Okay, I know now. But did we learn something today? Did we learn anything? Okay, I know we have a lot of fun on these calls too, but did you guys take anything from today? Did you guys learn something? Number one, remember, be patient. Okay, if we learned anything today, patience pays. Patience will pay your bills. Being impatient, you'll get stuck in some trades. I know how it is, believe me. So when in doubt, wait it out. It's another best saying I ever heard in my life. When in doubt, wait it out, okay? If you don't know what to do, just wait out one more candle. Wait it out. You'll get more information. Every single candle that prints gives you more and more and more information, okay? Yes, you might miss out on a trade, okay? That's fine, guys. No problems. We're going to miss out on trades all day. I'm not going to trade till tomorrow morning, so I'm going to miss trades from 9 p.m. all the way till 7 a.m. because I'm sleeping, but I'm going to miss some trades. Am I gonna basically lose sleep and get worried? No, there's always gonna be another trade, guys. Don't worry about that stuff. Okay, so just be patient, be disciplined. I know some of you guys were full porting on YouTube. I don't know if you guys were just playing games or you guys were being for real, but that's your account. I don't recommend full porting because a lot of traders want to do this for more than a year, more than 5 years, 10 years, possibly 20, 25 years down the road. And full porting might get you a little quick money, but to sustain with full porting, not the way how I trade. I wouldn't recommend that, but everybody's different, right? When I got friends that go to the casino, they go full port when they go to the casinos too. They go right to the high roller room and blackjack and they go all in, and within 15 minutes they're at the bank machine because they're all done. And I'm in there, I'm just grabbing my first drink and playing at the $5 table, and these guys are going $1,000 a hand at blackjack, okay? So it's up to you what you guys want to do. We're all adults here, okay? Guys, that's it for me. I had a great time. I'm going to go catch a little bit of the Raptors game and go enjoy your evening. And tomorrow, 6:15, 6:30, we'll get started again. Maybe we'll catch another trade. Okay, guys? Now you see how the market is still building. If you're going to continue trade, watch this daily volume. Remember when ignited candles like on 5 minutes, you know, sometimes they come down and they refuel. It could be refueling itself to come right back up. So I would be looking for some closures above here, 4,136 and 50 cents, above this red zone. If you want to entertain buys, you can, but you're still buying under a red block. So you have to be careful, okay? And if we lose our opening balance, don't be surprised if gold drops down, conveniently, right down into this green zone, 4,118, okay? Oh, Husky, still waiting for the DM. For my mailing address, Husky? Yeah, I can give them to you, no problem. Can you message me on Discord? Yeah, message me on Discord. I'll give it to you. No problem, guys. Guys, thank you guys so much. I had a great session. Had some fun. Go enjoy the rest of your evening. Go back to your family. Enjoy the time. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Leave us a like, please, on the way out. It keeps us motivated to come to YouTube every day. And subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell, okay? Have a good day, guys. Lee, take it easy, man. I love trading with you guys. Sergio, enjoy your day, everyone. Have a good day. Justin, thank you. Tony, Kool-Aid, thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening, okay, guys? Go enjoy the rest of your night. Everyone on YouTube, thank you guys as well. I appreciate all of you guys. Let's continue to trade smart. Let's continue to trade with proper risk management. Let's stay consistent, and let's continue to build and compound our accounts together, okay? Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Peace out. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Well, Kit, thank you for mentioning that 30 minutes, right? The 30-minute push down is what happens, basically. Guys, that's always important to not just follow your lower time frequency. Take care, brother. Message me on Discord and I'll give you all that information.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.